Good morning, people of Earth. Just wanted to continue my story yesterday about losing my aloha. So we had to fly out of Big Island, Hawaii, to get back to Los Angeles. And we were staying at this family's house, or we were renting a room, or like a little hut on their property with access to a separate kitchen and shower and stuff. It was a really cool place. Actually, it was Allison's Adventures on Instagram. It was her family's house. We stayed there, and the kids got to do adventures with Allison, and it was awesome. We did snorkeling with dolphins and all this cool stuff. Anyway, we left from Big Island, and a week before we were supposed to leave, we were in Kona. We were around Kona. That's where we were leaving from. And a week before we were supposed to leave, we went to the airport to just make sure that we had everything right with the cat, with our cat Murphy. We had all the paperwork, we had the proper cage and everything like that. We showed him the carrier that we were using, the cage carrier that we were using. And we talked to the person behind the desk, and we talked to the manager. Everyone assured us, yes, the cage carrier is up to code. That's exactly the size it needs to be. Everything's fine. Yeah, the paperwork's fine. Everything's great. We spent like an hour just on a random day a week before we had to actually leave. And it was my wife's idea, my kid's mom's idea to do it. And I was all for it because I didn't want any problems. I knew how much of a hassle it was getting over to Hawaii from California, and I didn't want to deal with any problems on the day. So we left it was 4th of July, and because we always traveled on holidays because it was cheaper. So 4th of July, it was slightly cheaper to leave on that day. Let me just park here. And so we get to the airport early, and we're in line. We got all the kids with us, and keep in mind, we've been in Hawaii for a year, almost a year and a half. We've shipped a lot of stuff back to California, to my brother's house. We have all sorts of stuff. We got ukuleles, we got bags. We've tried to squeeze as much stuff into the airline bags as we can without going over the weight and everything. And I'm in line, get the kids with us, we've got I'm trying to park the car. I had the car parked outside because it was a rental car. I forget. Anyway, we had musical instruments. I had my guitar. I had all sorts of stuff, dude. All sorts of stuff. And we were feeling pretty good. It was like, this was our last few moments in Hawaii, and I had long ass hair, like way down my back. I had a big cowboy hat on. We were all chilled out. We were ready to do this trip. The kids were in good mood. Everyone's in a good mood. We got the cat and the carrier. We're just in line. I think I hadn't returned we were going to check. I had the car parked out in front of the terminal, like, I don't know, 100 feet away, illegally, but parked with the hazards on, because I was going to make sure everyone got checked in. We checked in our bags, checked in the cat, and then I was going to return the rental car. And that comes into the story later, because it's actually important that we had the rental car. So we get to the front kiosk, and immediately it's like there's different people. It's not the same people from the week before. Immediately the vibe is different. It's much more serious. I don't know, maybe it was because it was a holiday, there were other people there, I don't know. Let me turn off my engine. But so we show up, so we get to the front, and okay, we give them the tickets, we give them the our IDs, we're checking bags, and then it comes down to the cat. And, wasn't even thinking about it. We just, hand over the cat. He's in the carrier. They take a look at the cage. They look at his paperwork. They're like, yeah, the paperwork's fine. They look at the cage, and they're like, that cage is not up to code. There's no ventilation in the back. He needs this. He needs that. It was ventilation. The top of it needs to be clear. The top of it needs to be meshed so air can go through. And I said, well, I'm starting like my Aloha's. There's a leak in the Aloha. You know what I mean? There's a little leak in the Aloha vessel. And I said, well, he's got ventilation on the sides. No. They should have. Well, we were here last week. We talked to so-and-so. We talked to Craig. They said, yeah, they should have explained to you that this carrier is not up to code. And now my mind is racing. And I'm like, okay, do we leave the cat here? What are the options in my head? I'm like, do we leave the cat? What do we have to? And I just remember, I just said to them, I was like, you know what? We came here a week before. Suddenly, like the East Coast, New Jersey, Boston, Massachusetts guy starts like claiming territory on the Mr. Aloha guy that I'd become for the year and a half. And I'm like, let me just get this straight. We were here. We got here a week ago. We did this. We talked to Craig. They're like, we don't know who Craig is. Yeah, the manager, Craig. Yeah, we don't know. I said, we call him? No, you can't call him. So we got the manager that was there. And we're going through it, and I'm like, well, what if I take my knife? What if I take my knife and I put holes in there? Like, sir, no, that's not, you can't do that. I said, so what am I supposed to do? They said, you have to get a new bag. I don't know, our flight's at 2:00. It's like 12:45, right? Like we have to board in a half an hour. So I'm going, my mind is racing. And, my wife starts freaking out too. She starts yelling. I just all Aloha went away. I'm like, I wanted to say, you motherfuckers, you're fucking us. Like, we came here a week before. We fucking told you what the fucking carrier looks like. We talked to fucking Craig. We fucking have the fucking carrot and the fucking, you motherfuckers. Like, it's a fucking bag for a cat. Like, there's a tag that says this is TSA approved. Well, no, they changed the rules, and you should have gone on our website, and you should have read, as of last month, they changed the rules in the size of the bag. And it was something about the size of the bag, but it was also that the ventilation has to be on the top, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, oh my God, I was just seeing red, dude. My Irish came out so hard. So, but then I got calm, and I went, all right, well, you say we need a new bag. Yes, exactly. I said, exactly what kind of bag do we need? Okay, they told me the specs. They gave me everything. I said, okay. And I just looked at my kid's mom, and I said, just stay here, don't move. I'll be back. I go jump in the car. I'm on my phone as I'm jumping in the car, looking for some pet shop. Then I realize it's 4th of July. Okay, and I'm actually praying because we were in Kihei the year before for 4th of July, and they don't really. They celebrate, like we were in Lahaina for the fireworks that year in 2023 for 4th of July. But I was like, maybe it's not as intense in Big Island. I don't know. Like that, Hawaii doesn't celebrate. In my experience, they didn't celebrate like Memorial Day and stuff. There wasn't a big deal there. Like people were still working and stuff. So it's like maybe it's not. Like maybe there's places that are open on 4th of July. Not that, and any other places are going to be open on 4th of July. It's not a big deal. So I'm trying to calm myself. Like, hey, there's going to be a Petco that's going to be open. Something will be open. So I find a pet shop. It's 15 minutes away. I bust ass over there in my rental car. Oh, and I get a ticket as I go back to get my rental car that's idling on the road. I correctly get a ticket for like $30. I don't even argue with the guy. I'm like, yep, I'm guilty. Sorry. I think it was a pickup truck that we had. Yep, sorry, yeah, sorry. And I just put it on my tab, you know what I mean? So I bolt over, I get the bag, I come back literally with like 2 minutes to spare before they were going to shut the gate and we'd have to get another flight. Got the bag, got it done, but man, I just remember my Aloha just was gone. It just was gone. I felt like so diminished. And I was like, man, that's just not the way I wanted to leave Hawaii. Just having this trauma. I mean, it was like we were sitting there going, do we have to leave the cat? You know what I mean? Do we have to leave the cat in Hawaii? I mean, that thought crossed my mind. It didn't cross anyone else's mind. It's my thought. I love that cat. But I was also like, you know, man, we have little kids here. We have to get on a flight. So I don't know, man. I'm glad we got the cat taken care of. The cat is living his best life in Naples, Florida, in my my condo that I no longer live in. That we're gonna be selling, actually, which is good. But I don't know. The cat might come and live with me whenever we buy a farm. I'm looking to buy a farmhouse for the kids and me to live in here in Naples at some point. Not a farm with a small house. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I just want to finish that. The day my Aloha died in Hawaii. It's still there. I still have the Aloha. I love Hawaii. I'd love to get back there. Really like the people and the food and the ocean and the energy. But man, that was rough. You just felt like you were getting punked. You know, like the rug was getting pulled out from under you. All right, I'm gonna go grab a coffee, then I'm gonna start delivering. My kids have a half day today, so we are gonna go play music around 12:30 outside the ice cream shop on 5th Ave for like a couple hours. So I'm excited. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Bye-bye.